Breaking news from WRAL. Coverage you can count on.
That breaking news takes us to a stabbing in Raleigh. A man was hurt early this morning at a hotel near New Bern Avenue. What investigators are telling us about the people they've already questioned.
And a quiet start to our Thursday morning. Not much cloud cover out there. We'll have a bit of cloud cover, though, throughout the day today, but very warm temperatures. I'll let you know how warm we'll stay through this weekend.
And questions in Cary. Concerns are growing about a possible ICE expansion in town. The questions we're expecting the mayor will be asked about it tonight. We have a lot of updates to get to here on your Thursday morning. It's Friday Eve, and we have spring-like temperatures. Meteorologist Grant with us right now with a look at the forecast. And Grant, walking out the door today, it was a little milder compared to the last couple of days.
Yeah, definitely a lot milder out there. There's a front stall just to our north. It won't have too much of an impact on our pattern throughout today. Just some high clouds here and there, but otherwise very warm. Again, highs will be much warmer than average. The spring warmth is in place. Here's a view from Pinehurst this morning. It's quiet out there. Temperatures starting in the really for the most part in the 50s and 60s this morning. And we'll stay warm throughout the day with a sun and cloud mix. 81 for our high in Raleigh, 81 in Southern Pines, 82 in Roxborough, 79 in Roanoke Rapids. Some spots could see a bit more cloud cover, but it's just going to be those high clouds. It should be a very, very pleasant day today. 83 for the high on Friday, 82 Saturday, so approaching record warmth. The next couple of days, we'll talk more about that record warmth possible into this weekend, and also when to expect more showers and storms. It's all coming up.
Okay, thank you. A man is hurt this morning after a stabbing at a hotel off New Bern Avenue near I-440 in Raleigh. We have video from the WRAL breaking news tracker of the scene at the Raleigh Inn. That's happening just before 3 this morning. Raleigh police says the man who was stabbed is expected to recover. Officers have identified and interviewed 2 people of interest. There's no word yet of any arrests. Brand new developments now while you were sleeping in the war on Iran. Iranian state television aired a message from an Ayatollah calling for the, quote, shedding of blood from Israelis and President Trump. This comes after U.S. submarines sank an Iranian warship in international waters near Sri Lanka. More than 30 people were rescued and dozens more are believed to be missing from that roughly 180 crew member on board. So here's what we know right now. The Iranian state television also said there was a new wave of attacks this morning targeting Israeli and U.S. military bases in the region. The U.S. Senate rejected a bill to halt the war on Iran. A twin bill is expected to go up for a vote in the House this morning. The remaining 2 of the 6 U.S. soldiers killed in an Iranian drone strike in Kuwait have been identified. Secretary of War Pete Hegseth says more forces will be arriving in the Middle East, and the U.S. will take all the time we need to make sure that we succeed. And on that note this morning, the cost of gas is rising pretty quickly in response to the Middle East conflict. New numbers from AAA released at 3 this morning show the national average now at $3.25. In North Carolina, it's now $3.05. Both those numbers are up 27 cents from about a week ago. The average in Raleigh is also up $3.05. That's up 20 cents total from last week. So WRAL is monitoring the developments throughout the day on the situation developing across the Middle East. You can find more online at WRAL.com and on the WRAL YouTube page. You can also look for updates on Iran in our evening newscast on WRAL starting at 4 p.m. Well, questions about a possible ICE expansion in Cary could come up tonight during the mayor's State of the Town address. Some residents say the plan to raise those concerns tonight. WRAL's Kelsey Coffey is live in Cary for us this morning. And Kelsey, people are pushing for more information about this.
Yes, Laura, they are. Today, we may find out more about plans for this building here on Regency Parkway in Cary. It already has several tenants, but talks of a new ICE office here are causing a stir. Wired magazine was first to report nationwide ICE office expansions. WRAL has not independently verified that. When we reached out to the General Services Administration's database, we found a lease at the building listed for 25,000 square feet that began in October. A rep for the building's management company could not tell us if ICE was using the space, only saying the lease was for office use and nothing more than, quote, attorneys in suits. We reached out to the GSA say for more information, but we haven't heard back. A Town of Cary rep said in a statement that federal agencies have independent authority and will operate in ways that do not require local rezoning or municipal approval. Cary's mayor posted on social media saying the town has not received any requests or permits from ICE and that the town doesn't have the authority to stop them. Activist network Durham Resistance is asking people to join them as a part of the Q&A session for the mayor's State of the Town address that's scheduled to start tonight at 6 o'clock. Kelsey Coffey, WRAL News, live in Cary.
A high-profile race could impact the balance of power in Congress. We're talking about the U.S. Senate showdown between former Democratic Governor Roy Cooper and Republican Michael Whatley. So they both held events yesterday to rally more votes as their focus now shifts to the November election. Cooper made his first stop here in Raleigh with a focus on the cost of food.
Corporations that own these grocery stores have too much power to begin with. And when they merge, it reduces competition in the markets and jacks up prices even further for the consumers. We have to crack down on these unfair mergers.
So flipping the U.S. Senate seat would help Democrats regain control of the chamber. Michael Whatley was in Charlotte yesterday speaking out for the first time since accepting his party's nomination. Whatley said the most important thing to North Carolinians is safety, and he backs the blue. We did ask him specifically what he plans to do in the Senate to make the state safer.
And I will tell you that my first act as a senator is going to put in a federal version of Arena's law, and I will fight every single day to make sure that no family has to suffer what her family has suffered.
The North Carolina Troopers Association has endorsed Whatley, saying his values and focus on officer safety are in their best interest. You can find more in-depth coverage of the big races on the WRAL YouTube page. Our team explains what's at stake and what we are expecting heading into the November election. Happening today, Chapel Hill Carrboro School Board members will discuss the possibility of closing at least 2 of their elementary schools. The district has identified 5 elementary schools that it could choose from. It wants to close 1 or 2 schools to address the district's declining enrollment and budget pressures. Several parents spoke out against the closures at their last meeting. The board will narrow down their list tonight and will hear the superintendent's budget recommendation for the upcoming school year. Tonight's meeting is at 6 p.m. at Lincoln Center. We have an update now on that massive apartment building fire in Morrisville. We're learning law enforcement has taken out several search warrants related to the fire. This happened at the Camden Westwood apartment on Summit Ridge Loop off of Chapel Hill Road. 6 people were injured, 70 were displaced because of the damage. We did reach out to Morrisville Fire as to why they took out the warrants. They tell us it's a formality just to rule out any potential criminal activity like arson. You can find all of our previous coverage on this fire on our WRAL YouTube page. That's where you can also find reaction from residents the night of the fire and the days after. You'll also see how the Red Cross and the town are helping with recovery efforts and the questions being asked about the building's safety going forward. A man is dead now after a crash in Raleigh involving a moped and an SUV. This happened on Hammond Road near Rush Street yesterday afternoon. Police say the SUV was driving behind the moped and rear-ended the driver. The driver of that SUV is now facing several charges, including driving without a license. The crash shut down the road for a few hours, but it has since reopened. A grand jury indicted a now former state lawmaker on child sex charges. That's coming up as Cecil Brockman faces charges for statutory sex offense with a child, indecent liberties, and sexual exploitation. Brockman was serving in the state house representing Guilford County at the time of his arrest last fall. He resigned several weeks later. This morning, college football fans are now mourning the loss of legendary football coach Lou Holtz. Holtz passed away yesterday at the age of 89. He coached at several programs, including NC State, where he won an ACC championship in 1973. He was most known for leading Notre Dame to a national championship in 1988, going 11-1 at Arkansas in 1977, and later serving as an analyst for ESPN. Your time now, 4:39. Big UNC decision. The future of the Dean Dome is up for debate. Why leaders may renovate the historic arena or build something brand new. Plus, check your sauce. A popular barbecue sauce is being recalled nationwide. The ingredient missing from the label that could be dangerous for some people. Grant?
Yeah, a more mild start to our morning. Temperatures in the 50s right now, 59 in Raleigh, 52 Roxborough, 58 in Fayetteville. We could reach the 80s this afternoon. I'll let you know how long the warmth sticks around and when to expect your next rain chance. It's all coming up.
From the WRAL Severe Weather Center, North Carolina's most experienced team of meteorologists.
A little bit warmer to start this morning. 58 degrees in Fayetteville, 52 in Roxborough, 59 over in Clinton. Clear skies this morning, while other spots, especially to the south and east, have a bit more cloud cover. Could see some areas of fog as well. Let's look towards the mountains this morning. You can see all is quiet there. This is the view from Boone. Should stay quiet throughout the day today, but temperatures will be warmer. 77 for your high at Asheville, 77 in Bryson City, around 70 in Boone. We'll have some increased cloud cover as well. Then tomorrow up to 78 degrees in Asheville, 80 degrees in Bryson City, maybe some isolated showers and storms possible as well. We could have some showers and storms here later this weekend. We'll talk more about when to expect that rain chance, also why we'll expect that rain, and how warm we'll get the next few days. That's all coming up.
Grant, thank you. Happening today, Durham leaders are taking a closer look at the future of a historic community. During a work session this afternoon, the City Council will get an update on the Fayetteville Street Corridor project in the Hayti neighborhood. Leaders will discuss what's been done since the city approved $10 million for revitalization and what comes next for the historic African-American community. Today's session starts at 1 p.m. Renovate or rebuild? That's the question surrounding UNC's Dean Dome Smith Center. The arena has been home to Tar Heel basketball for more than 40 years, and now leaders are weighing three options, including renovating the current arena or building a new one. Students say seating and the game day atmosphere matter most.
There aren't a lot of lower bowl seating options for students. We're usually in the higher levels. And I think that would honestly just help the atmosphere as a whole.
Leaders say the arena will likely get smaller but offer a better fan experience. Renovating the Dean Dome would cost about $591 million. Building new at Odom Village would run about $703 million. And Carolina North would cost even more. A renovation could be done by 2028, and a new arena likely wouldn't open until 2030. All right, check this out. New video shows the moment a small plane crashed into a Phoenix neighborhood, leaving several people hurt. The crash happened yesterday shortly after the aircraft took off from Phoenix Deer Valley Airport. Authorities say two people were on board of that plane when it crashed into two homes in the neighborhood. 3 people were reported injured, though the extent of those injuries has not been released. Investigators are still working to determine what caused the aircraft to go down. A federal judge made a ruling that some companies could be entitled to tariff refunds. Companies who paid tariffs that were struck down by the Supreme Court last month are due refunds. This comes after the same court found President Trump exceeded his power when imposing some of last year's global tariffs. The court says he could not set and change tariffs without congressional approval. The federal government collected more than $130 billion in tariff revenue. Now it could owe $175 billion in refunds. Well, as the use of AI continues to grow, Congress is still struggling to come up with a regulation. And now more lawmakers are suggesting a hands-off approach. Lawmakers are arguing that AI can be less hype and offer more help when it comes to improving safety and efficiency. But some still have questions about how it can contribute to job loss despite any gains made to a company. 5 on your side has a nationwide recall now for a popular barbecue sauce that you need to know about. Listen to this. The Savannah Bee Company is recalling its 16 fluid ounce honey barbecue sauce mustard flavor because of undeclared wheat and soy. The recalled sauce has a best before date of May 16th, 2027. No illnesses have been reported in connection with the recalled product so far. If you have the sauce, throw it out or bring it back to the store that you bought it from for a refund. Another recall is underway, but this one is for those who have a dog. The 6-ounce bags of Elite Treats chicken chips for dogs is being recalled because of a salmonella risk. The affected packages are on your screen here and expire in April of 2027. The treats were sold to feed stores in 5 states, including North Carolina. You can email the company at elite.treats@yahoo.com to request a refund or replacement product. Southwest Airlines is working to smooth out some issues with its new boarding process. Some passengers say it's hard to find bin space now that there is the new baggage fees and assigned seats. Now, Southwest says it's revamping the boarding process. The airline is upgrading to larger storage and offering labeled bins to customers who pay extra. Yeah, I've been on a Southwest flight recently, and the boarding process is taking way too long. But listen, if you're looking to travel to a place a bit warmer, Grant, there's no need, because we have the warm temperatures right here.
Exactly. Highs pushed to around 80 today, and will stay warm all the way through this weekend. So you can look forward to more of that spring warmth. The start of meteorological spring was earlier this week, so it's only fitting that we see this warm up, at least for a brief period of time. And then more showers and storms will be possible this weekend, and we'll talk more about that rain chance. It's not going to be an overwhelming rain chance, but a chance for showers and storms nonetheless. Here's a view from our WRAL studio tower camera. You can see it's lit in blue as we have, for the most part, mostly clear skies to start this morning. There are some spots that have some lingering clouds. They're mainly going to be high clouds, though. It should be beautiful throughout the day today. It's a mild start. Temperatures in the 50s, 58 in Fayetteville, 59 in Raleigh. Goldsboro, you're at 58 degrees this morning, 56 in South Hill, 52 in Roxboro. And visibility so far looks good, but some spots could see some areas of fog. So just keep that in mind this morning. Most spots, though, visibility is at 10 miles, so looking good so far. This afternoon, we push to around 80 degrees. It's going to be a very warm day today. Lots of sunshine, though. We could see some high clouds build in, but it will still be very pleasant out there. And by later this evening, we drop to around 70. We should stay mild overnight and into our Friday morning. Our next weather maker is going to be an upper level high that continues to build to the south. That's going to allow for the warming temperatures. Now notice this front here. This arrives on Sunday, so later this weekend. And that'll bring a chance for some showers and maybe a storm or two. Not going to be an overwhelming rain chance. I'll let that rain chance at around 40% for your Sunday. And we could still see some changes with that depending on the timing of when that front moves in. But overall, temperatures still staying warm. Upper 70s through Sunday, even the upper 70s on Monday, back to the mid 80s by Wednesday of next week. So staying warm. We could see a better chance for some showers and storms later next week and a bit cooler temperatures. But for now, very warm and staying warm all the way through this weekend.
We love it, Grant. Thank you. Here's a look at what's ahead now. Hitting the gym instead of the bar. The generation changing the pace on where to socialize, and the companies taking a hit because of it. Plus, the new coaster that's fast and furious, and a new take on one DC superhero in just minutes. Welcome back. Taking a live look over Goldsboro this morning, where we are seeing some milder temperatures and spring-like weather is here. We thank you for watching WRAL News. We'll have another check on the weather with Grant Skinner in just a bit here. Maternal mortality rates in the U.S. have dropped to their lowest levels in years. The CDC reported a rate of just under 18 deaths per 100,000 births in the U.S. in 2024. That's the lowest figure since 2018. The CDC report found Black women die 3 times more often than white and Hispanic women. It also showed the death rate for women 40 and older was 3 times higher than younger women. Gen Z is apparently trading in bar stools for barbells. A new study from the Bank of America Institute finds members of that younger generation are drinking less and socializing more through physical activities. It also found that alcohol spending as a share of household budgets is hovering near 40-year lows. Gen Z is also seeing spending growth for fitness and active hobbies compared to big bar tabs. A new roller coaster at Universal Studios is set to take you fast and furious through the turns this summer. Douglas Hyde has that and more in today's Hollywood Minute.
I don't have friends. I got family.
And your family will have a new roller coaster to ride this summer at Universal Studios Hollywood. Fast and Furious Hollywood Drift will get riders going at speeds of up to 72 miles per hour on an aerial track stretching the length of 12 football fields. Universal just unveiled the full lineup of coaster cars. Riders can rocket through the theme park in a Mazda RX-7, a Nissan Skyline GTR, a Toyota Supra, and Dominic Toretto's famed Dodge Charger.
The Green Lantern's oath is to protect people. And we both know I do a better job of this than you.
A new teaser trailer is giving us our first look at HBO Max's Green Lantern series, Lanterns. And it looks like we're going to get a more grounded, gritty take on the DC superhero. Kyle Chandler and Aaron Pierre star in the new series, which has the original Green Lantern Hal Jordan teaming up with new recruit Jon Stewart to investigate a murder in Nebraska. Lanterns begins streaming in August. In Hollywood, I'm Douglas Hyde.
Construction is underway for the new Omni Hotel in downtown Raleigh. Omni Hotels and Resorts is building a 600-room hotel at the south end of Fayetteville Street. It's part of the upgraded Raleigh Convention Center project. The 29-story hotel will also have 55,000 square feet of meeting space, along with a spa and a rooftop pool. The goal is to finish the project by the end of 2028. Coming up at 5 now, the ballot count is still ongoing following the primary election, when we could learn who won the race that was just too close to call. Then, looking at more plans for one Cary office building and the talks of one new tenant causing some backlash. Plus, voting to close some elementary schools in one school district, the schools on the chopping block, and when a decision could be made.